Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Great to be here. And also, I'm very excited to see all the experience and expertise in Web3 world here. So very excited. So first of all, let me give a very brief introduction about ourselves. So Chainlink is the fundamental and the infrastructure layer that we built lots of solutions and the providers, service providers that will enable the majority of the Web3, whatever is a DeFi or GameFi or SocialFi, that actually they are using our infrastructure layer to build on something upon our layer and build the innovation by themselves. So I'm the solution architect from Chainlink, and it's very honored to be here. So today's my topic is actually connecting the world's data, bring Web3 to next generation. So this data is not only about the blockchain data, and as well as for the real world data, and even for the Web2 data that we can all be leveraged on Web3, and bringing that connections by using, as I will mention, that is a CCIP. So as you know that for now we have lots of blockchains already, whatever is layer 1, layer 2, zero knowledge proof blockchain, or EVM or non-EVM blockchains. All blockchains that we all have together, and actually they are public blockchains. And besides that, we also have the private blockchains. You know that especially for the banking and the capital markets, just like that they have their own website, they have their own database. Also, they have their private blockchains to make sure that everything is being well organized and being well controlled by their parties. So we are just living in this multi-blockchain world, and the problem is how we can just bring this possibility and capability to make sure that everything can be connected and all the messages can be shared among these blockchains. So that's the topic I'm trying to talk today. And actually, if we can make it happen, then a new world will be just in the next generation of the Web3. So actually, we have a very huge liquidity, and this liquidity just brought by the existing cross-chain interoperability protocol existing in the current world, that we can see that is a very huge demand already exists and being done by the current ecosystem that can all be bridged over by whatever the tokens or the messages among different blockchains. And per some research, that as you can see that maybe over almost $9 trillion of the assets that are awaiting us to be just put onto the blockchain, whatever is in the traditional market, or it's already on the other blockchains that will add liquidity by using the connections of different blockchains that we can talk to each other. So it's a very huge demand in the market as well for now. And I'm not sure if you know Chainlink before, so let me give a very high-level introduction about our services. So for now, we have price feed, and the price feed is also known as Oracle. So that's the gateway that we stand in the middle of the blockchain and the off-chain world. And it's a gateway that if you write a smart contract, you can read the real-world data from your smart contract in a request and fulfill mode. And we also have functions that you can have either your API or your own endpoint that you want to read your own data. Then you can use one of our solutions called functions to put that data on chain. Whatever is real-world assets data, real estate data, weather data, or sports data, you can all get this data on chain. So that's functions. Besides that, we also have a service called VRF. VRF stands for Verifiable Random Function that helps you enable and generate a randomness on chain in a very fair, unpredictable, and verifiable manner. And so some use cases like if you are building an NFT mystery box, or you are a game developer, you want to add some randomness on blockchain, Or if you want to just randomly pick some users from your community to airdrop some tokens, you all need this randomness. So VRF is the way that you can generate a randomness in an unpredictable and transparent manner that you can, for now, use our solutions to build on that. Besides that, we also have proof of reserve. So proof of reserve is the way that if you have your back assets, whatever is on-chain or off-chain, that if you want to showcase that you have a transparent manner, then we can work with a third-party auditor to bring your back assets value and put it onto the blockchain. So if your token just mint based on these back assets, then we can make sure that it's end-to-end transparent. So when you just want to mint your token, we will make sure the token you minted will never be over-minted just based on your back assets. That's what we call proof of reserve, to make sure you have enough reserves of the blockchain. And we also have automation solution. The automation means actually if you want to trigger your smart contract, you know, the smart contract, if you deploy on the blockchain, then it needs some kind of way to trigger it or call it or execute it. So automation is the way that you can first predefine your logics and then execute it in a decentralized manner. So you can think it's a kind of the regular job, but in a very secure, reliable, robust, and decentralized manner. And now we have CCIP, so as you can see that if your own ecosystem do not talk to the other ecosystem, then your own ecosystem will become kind of the solo island. I don't think anyone want to just make your own ecosystem become the solo island. So for now, you can just think about using the CCIP to add this capability that you can make sure your blockchain can talk to the other blockchains. So it's just like, you know, for the traditional market, for the traditional world, for the Web 2, if we want to make up some website, we will never say, hey, I'm trying to make an intranet, and then you come to my intranet to visit my website. This will not happen, right? So I think this will, so what instead will happen is you will put your website into the internet, and then everybody on the internet can access your website and view your applications and do the transactions with you. I think this will also happen in the Web3 world, and this is not happening today. So CCIP is the way that act very likely like the TCP/IP for the Web 2, and now it's the TCP/IP for the Web3 world. So we bring the capability of how the message or the tokens can be transferred among different blockchains. So this is so if we can make it happen, so we will unlock the possibility that lots of messages and new innovations will be happen. Although it's very difficult, because as you can see here, that for the last year, there are 8 different hacks happens on the blockchain for the existing bridges, and over 1.9 million of US dollars being stolen. So security is always our first priority to make sure the transfer is secure enough for the CCIP. So actually, we have different decentralized Oracle network to make sure that it's very secure. We have, if you look into our documentation, we have the executing down, and we also have the risk management network to make it happen, for make sure all the transaction is in a very secure manner. So our solution is want to build a very a kind of the standard that a cross-chain that needs the security, flexibility, and community manner to make sure that everybody, if you want to just talk to the other blockchain, you don't need to go to the other blockchain. What you only need to is you deploy your own smart contract in your existing blockchain and existing ecosystem and interact with CCIP, because we exposed an interface we call router, and you interact with our router, then you can talk to hundreds of different blockchains existing in the world, whatever is a private blockchain or is public blockchain. So actually, the CCIP has already been launched of almost several months till now, and actually we're already being deployed to 7 different blockchains, public blockchains for now, and we also have hundreds of decentralized applications built upon CCIP. I will show you some use cases later. So our thoughts of the plan of building the CCIP, we want to make it extremely secure, and we want to make the token transfer very simple for our users to build the solutions upon that. Also, we want the smart contract execution to be more smart and easily to be integrated. Now we make it. So you can see from this diagram, it may look a little complicated to you, but actually we open up the box. It's the white box for you. So you can see that all the architect design, and it's all there. But if you want to use the CCIP, what you only need to care is what we call router here. So router is the smart contract we deploy on smart contract, we deploy on blockchain, and then we have different interfaces that we expose to user. So you only need to interact with our routers, and then just talk to our router, and then you can just make the things happen in the destination chain. Our CCIP's capability is you can send 2 different things. One is you can send token, or you can send the value to the destination chain. And you can as well as send the message together with that value. So this is very important, because if you want to send the value from the source chain to the destination chain, actually you can also just add some kind of the instructions about to tell in the destination chain what this value can be done, what kind of the instructions and what kind of the step I need to do in the destination chain. So CCIP just gives you this capability. Whenever you send the tokens to destination chain, you can also send a message. And this message can be decoded in the destination blockchain, and you can do the corresponding work or corresponding jobs later by yourself to make sure some logics can be executed in the destination chain as well. So, as I just mentioned that Chainlink, our existing solution already secured over 9 billion of the total volume locked for the DeFi world. Regardless, it's price feed, VRF, automation, functions, or VRF. Now it's just extend to CCIP because we want to make sure this thing can also unlock a lot of more possibilities in the world, in the Web3 world. Just give you 2 examples. One is synthetics. So you know synthetics is things that they can just have different synthetic value of the real world. And now synthetics, they've been deployed into 2 different blockchains. One is Ethereum, another is Optimism. So their Things teleporter want to transmit the Things token between these 2 blockchains. Now they use our CCIP to make it happen. They use the mint and burn to just transmit the things between these 2 blockchains. Mint and burn means if you want to transfer tokens from one chain to the other, you can first burn from the source chain and then mint the corresponding token on the destination chain to make it happen very easily and very robust. And it's very easy for the developers to integrate with. Another use case is Aave. You know, Aave is the leading lending borrowing protocol for the past years. And now Aave has also been deployed in different blockchains, but their DAO governance is a problem for them because, you know, actually for their DAO governance version 2, it's a little complicated version because they need to talk with the different blockchains, collect all information of the voting, and then consolidate into one place and then make the decision. Now they are using our CCIP to make sure everything is transparent and gas efficient. and in a very easy manner to just make it happen for the DAO governance. So in the DAO governance version 3, they use CCIP to just collect all the voting information from different blockchains and then consolidate into Ethereum and then to processing the next step. So these are the two big players. Actually, if you just do your imagination and innovation, lots of new possibilities can be also being unlocked, and you can just write your own decentralized application by using CCIP. So something in my mind that I can share with you. One is the token transfer. So this is very simple. Just transfer the token from one blockchain to the other. But actually, if you remember that I also said that you can also send some instructions. So together with sending the token, you can do some token swap. The cross-chain token swap. You can send the tokens over to the other blockchain and immediately swap the token to the other blockchain, to the other tokens that we call the cross-chain token swap use cases, just in one transaction. Another is the cross-chain collateral. So we all know that the Ethereum is very safe, but its gas fee is a little higher. Comparing to that, so layer 2 is much more cheaper. So why not we just combine these two advantages by using the interchain operability to make it happen? So the cross-chain collateral and the cross-chain lending borrowing is this kind of a perfect use case. One user can just lock their tokens on Ethereum and do the lending borrowing and the other actions in layer 2 to save a lot of gas. Or user can also just do a lot of heavy computation, heavy storage on layer 2 to save the gas and send the proof over to the layer 1 to make the communication channel is transparent by using CCIP. Also, you can do liquidate staking tokens, and for the NFT, we can also do some cross-chain messages to make sure that NFT can also being applied to cross-chain lending borrowing as well. And as I mentioned, that actually we are trying to do is the internet of the contract. So imagine that actually we are for the traditional Web 2, as I mentioned, so if I want to just upload my website to the internet, so actually I'm using the TCP IP, right? So for the Web 3, we are building the similar things. We want to build the TCP IP for the Web 3 to make sure that all the connections that are very smooth and transparent. So we are building the internet of the contracts. So whatever the contracts is deployed on different blockchains, you don't need to care about. What you only need to take care is you deploy the smart contract in your own ecosystem and talk to CCIP, and CCIP will talk to 100 of different blockchains for you in a very secure manner. So this is the plan that we are trying to build. So all the smart contract is in different blockchains, but you don't need to care about it because CCIP will care it for you in a very smooth manner. So also, I also want to mention about the capital markets. So you know that last week I was in Hong Kong FinTech Week. So this year's Hong Kong FinTech Week emphasized two different topics. One is Web3 and another is AI. So Web3 has been strongly emphasized in Hong Kong FinTech Week this year. I saw lots of the headquarters, the VPs of the bankings and banks, they are all talking about how to tokenize my traditional assets and put it onto the blockchain. So actually CCIP can also solve that problem. That's the fundamental and the traditional problem of the liquidity. I'm not sure if you know that we already been working with Swift to do some POCs together with 8 different traditional banks to make sure that this can be happen. So, one example is actually we can just take some money from one bank and then transfer to another fiat by using Swift's capability. and then buy some kind of the green bond on-chain, and then send back the tokens into the original blockchain. So by using CCIP, you don't need to talk to the other blockchain because it's our job. You don't need to know the other blockchain's capability or features because actually what you only need to care about is the smooth transmit of the messages into the another blockchain. And CCIP is making the DVP, the deliver versus payment process to be more transparent and smooth. So that's the way we work with a traditional market, traditional finance market. So this is just start to unlock that possibility. And in the future, I think this is a very huge opportunity because the traditional market is much way huge than the current Web3 ecosystem. So if we leverage the CCIP to help to combine this work together, then we can even make it larger, and we can make sure that the traditional world can leverage the advantage of the blockchain, and the blockchain can also talk to the traditional data and to help them to add liquidity and find the buyers on the other blockchain or on the other institutions worldwide. So as I just mentioned, so you can see that we all play with DeFi and we all play with crypto market. But compared to the traditional market, compared to the traditional stock market, compared to the traditional real estate and derivative, so DeFi is still very, very small. So we have a very huge way to go and a very big opportunity that we can just build together. So I know that this is will take a lot of time and to make it happen, but by using CCIP, we can just make sure that this can definitely happen in the near future. Thank you, everyone. Just listen to my speech here. And if you have any question, I'd be very happy to answer.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wally Yu. And I believe that we have a couple of questions that were submitted beforehand. So I will first of all start off with asking you the question. So here's the first question. Based on your experience from Chainlink, if you think about traditional financial institutions, what are some of the most important factors that financial institutions consider when using blockchain? And if there are any concerns that they also consider as well?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for your question. So for the traditional market, I think the biggest problem for them is actually it's not transparent. And like the traditional market, if it's not transparent and if something really bad will happen if someone just don't know the other parties what they are doing. So if we use the blockchain, actually, blockchain is transparent and everyone will know what is happening by if we deploy a smart contract, and it's kind of deterministic because everything being controlled by smart contract and transparent to everyone. So that's one thing. Another is efficiency. So blockchain can, because all the parties, if we don't trust with each other, but we can trust the cryptographic proof that the blockchain and the smart contract can bring to us. So the efficient will be another problem that can solve while the traditional financial market cannot solve smoothly today. And the third thing is the fundamental thing is the liquidity. So as you know that if I'm the institution, I want to just have some assets, want to just sell to the other people, and then where the other buyer, maybe the other buyer is in another institution. So the other institution, if they have their own blockchain, then that blockchain can be communicated with CCIP, and we can find your buyer and find your market, and then you can communicate with each other, and also using CCIP to do the deliver versus payment to make sure that everything can be handled very smoothly. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that detailed answer. I think that we have another question here. So as the Web3 market grows, there is going to be more demands for off-chain data. So where, other than the financial market, will Oracle play a role or play an important role?
Yeah, I think the traditional market can indeed just play a very critical role here, because we very not, we just have very not seriously considered how to combine the traditional market with the DeFi world. So from my own perspective, for the previous years, our DeFi is kind of the trial or the revolution, just make sure that something can happen in a different way to make sure that the lending, borrowing, or even the other financial system can just start to learn from that. But it's not, the traditional market is not beginning to use that way working with the Web3. But for now, it's kind of totally different, because traditional finance market, the volume is way huge than Web3 world. So if we can combine these two powers together, then can empower the Web3, can as well as make sure the Web2 traditional financial market more efficient. Thank you.